So, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم مدد يا سلطان الأنبياء مدد يا سلطان الأولياء مدد يا محمد مصطفى استر يا سيدي مدد يا شاه مردان مدد يا فاطمة الزهراء السلام عليكم. So, how I got into Sufism. Actually, I see that all these topics now evolve since the video of the 7 seals, right? Yes. So, if you didn't watch the video before, maybe this would be interesting to watch how I got Muslim in the first place. Because it's like a continuous story now. Yeah. So basically, I don't know how deep we will go, but just to say approximately here. Yes, after I got Muslim, I took with my 2 friends a journey to Istanbul and Bursa, and we had many visits there. We came across many saints, we visited the tombs of the saints, and I was like, oh, this was just a crazy journey, very intense and very blissful and very rewarding. So there already someone told, many people saw us and they said, yes, you have to go to Cyprus, there is living a Sufi master. And we were like, this was too intense. It was just, but again and again people said this. It was just like, okay, there was so much other info in the, like, to be downloaded, to be processed, that this was like, okay, I'm fine where I am, right? So we made the journeys and things like this, and yes, then there was like an incident where I was making sajda and I had a vision of an old man with a beard and a turban and things like this. I was like, okay, and I went to the uncle of my friend who was an imam at the mosque, and by the way, he was the champion of sauna bathing. Yes, go scrub yourself, as Rumi says. So in Turkey, so he was the champion. He was like sitting in this hot sauna. He could make it longest from all the Turkish people. He was the champion of sauna. Yes, very good connection. At the same time, he was imam at the mosque, old mosque, and yeah, we met so many crazy incidents. I will just tell you another incident that came up in my mind. So there was an old dervish, very old saint, and we went into the big mosque of Bursa, and he was basically blind. Yeah, you could see it in the eyes. He couldn't really see, but I don't know, he had this invisible antenna, and he would just go around totally, without seeing. He could see. Very interesting. He was like, basically he was touching our face. Oh, wow. My prayers got fulfilled. Rahmatullahi alayh. And then we went, I think this was the most intense experience, like, yeah. He was the Baba, how we call him? Basket Baba. Yes, Basket Baba. Because he was making baskets basically, right? We found out later. So we were in this mosque and he was like, I don't know how this happened. He came to us and things like this. And I was totally like, all the journey I was flying. People like him, come, relax. relax. I don't know why they said it actually, but especially there was an American group. They got Muslims, and they were like, calm down, calm down. But I'm like annihilated. Yeah, so I mean, I understand. Sometimes it's good to calm down, but it's also good to embrace the divine love and things like this. However, this guy came to us in the mosque and he said, you have to come to me. I want to invite you. We said, okay, let's go. Then he was touching our faces, like my prayers got fulfilled. And then he was going. He was touching our faces because he couldn't see, but then he was going, like, without anyone taking him. And he went up the hill, and we were like young guys, 16, 17. I think the cousin, our like journey guide, he was maybe 18 or 20 maximum. He was running up the hill, and we were like going after him, like he was like already there, and we came after 15 minutes. Maybe exaggerating a little bit, but he was like at least 80, 70, 80, maybe 80, approximately 80, I would say. Blind and going up the hill quicker than the young guys, yes, from Europe. Anyhow, the lazy ones. Anyhow, we went up and he invited us to his house, and this was like a little house. I think they just had 1 or 2 rooms, basically. And they had a garden with mulberry trees. I remember the mulberries because back then I was allergic. For the ones who have allergies, you can get rid of them. Yeah. It's not so hard. I couldn't eat the mulberries because I was so allergic. I ate 2 and I was like all my mouth, and I was sitting there having a detox, a mulberry detox, while the others, they were just, I don't know. Where is this basket actually? I had it for so many years. Anyhow. They were like, within many hours, he was talking to them, and they were like totally in tears for hours. For hours and hours. At least 3, maybe 4. They were just crying. And me and my German friend, we were also crying because, oh, this is so sad. We don't understand anything, but just the energy was like bringing you to tears. I don't know what this guy said, but the energy was bringing you to tears. Saint energy. Then we went out and everyone was like, for a bye-bye, he gave the basket Baba, gave us some baskets, yes, as a present. So everyone had this basket and totally annihilated, like, walking down the street, yes. What was this? Like, giving the infusion. This was amazing story. We also visited other saints, which also had murids, but nothing was as intense as this one, yeah. Yes. Basket Baba. Rahmatullahi alayh. Medit. Basket Baba. Yes. Channeling. Yes. So this was one of the first initiations. Anyhow, the whole trip was approximately like this, but this was one of the most intense. So what I was saying before, right. So I said this vision to Basket Baba helping. Said this vision to the Imam, the sauna Imam, the champion of the sauna. Yes, it was such a great story. Couldn't be better. And he was saying, oh yeah, maybe it was the Prophet, maybe it was the Sahaba, maybe it was a saint, I don't know. But in my mind I was saying, I have to remember this face. Because when he's still alive and I see him, at least I want to ask one question to him. Or, if it's possible, I will stay with him my life. So this is like a also mystical experience. Some may validate it, some not. I don't mind. This is about the heart journey. What else? Yes, then we come back, we continued our lives. Maybe 3 years later, 4 years, when I was 19, me and my Turkish friend, we were saying, okay, we want to, because we were living in Germany, in a big city, we were saying, okay, we want to, this was also New Year's, for New Year, we wanted to escape the big city. And we were thinking where we can go. And then my Turkish friend said, yeah, I was with my parents on a journey to Switzerland, and there we came across a place, like a derga, a zawiya, a Sufi convent, like a Sufi place, Sufi ashram. There is nothing. People are walking in turban there, and there is nothing. It's in a village. It is the Osmanische Herberge in Kal, by the way. So it still exists. If people want to visit, a great place to visit and get some washing. Get into the washing machine. Yes. So we called. I think the first thing is we called. No one picking up. Okay, this is a good sign. There's nothing. And interestingly enough, there is this saying in the Sufi order, Naqshbandi Sufi order, if you come here, you will become nothing. Yes. So this is, of course, I realized it later, that there is a connection. We were searching for nothing, we found nothing, yes. But then we wrote an email, okay, we want to go there, and can we come? And then after some days they replied, yeah, you can come, you can stay here for free, there's a bedroom, Wow, okay, very nice, okay. And then, so we went, it was for New Year's Eve, like we came 2 or 3 days before. And then, yeah, when we arrived, it was still very calm. We got out of the car. Wow, very nice, very peaceful. There was a river behind, and there was a guy. He was saying, "Yes, I show you the bedrooms. Come, you pick your bed. Better you pick it now, because later when people come, you will not find what people will come." Yeah, there will be many people coming. They said, okay, yes, really. Interestingly enough, we didn't know that there was a big Sufi gathering, like 300 or 400 people coming that time, and it was immense gathering. And so we picked our beds, we marked them, then we went to the kitchen, we just enjoyed the time. Then the Sheikh Hassan came there and also greeting us. And had also very interesting talk there. Yes, and then all the started buses coming like from UK, from France, and like within a few hours the house was packed. Yes. Very intense. And then there was the whole thing for 5 days. They were making music, they were making prayers, they were making dhikr, they were making the dance, the hadra. It was like, wow, this exists. Yeah. The same time, coming back to the story, I saw the photos of our Sheikh Nazim. I was like, yeah, I know this guy from the incident before. And yes, but still my thoughts a little bit going here and going there. But then, making the long story short, after a while I decided to join the Sufi order. Alhamdulillah, one of the best decision, maybe the best decision in my life. And yes, this was. And then things evolved. Still, of course, this was another door from the previous video one had to go through. Many doors still were waiting. Okay, I hope you like it. Like, subscribe. Share if you like. Also for this video, I'm very curious about the comments coming up. Medet, Basket, Baba, Salams.